I'm joined by Mark Baines, whose interview recently on Facebook got over 10,000 views, Mark. It was pretty popular. And that mission statement again, just remind everybody.
Yeah, we're shit, but we're having a go. We're still trying.
And obviously B final coming up, so expect to see you in that coming up.
We're at the back. We're at the back, and we'll be having a go.
Okay. Well, couple of things. Fullback this weekend. Few people have been less than charitable, but tell us your view about racing here at fullback.
I think fullback's done a fantastic job. I've got quite strong views about what people have said, and I'll be honest with people. And if I upset people, that's fine. You know, I go back to the days where we had a burger van, piece tarmac and a couple of corners, and if we were in all field, we were happy. You know, it was simple as that.
And the toilet was a brick wall at the time, which is better now, isn't it?
If we had a toilet, we were happy. We did well. But the thing is, you go back to PFI 15, 16 years ago, that was a game changer, massive game changer. PF come along, raised the game, and you got Buckmore Park, Rowder, places like that, which upped the game, which is fine. But those places had got the funding in place and they spent the money. When you look at something like this, fullback, I've been coming here 20 years, it was very basic. It's still quite basic to a lot of places. They've had Super 1 now for the last 2 years in a row, I believe, after a big gap. And if you look at the work they've done, it's stunning, it really is. It's not perfect, there's lots of things need changing, but the paddock's horrendous, I will say that. The toilets are better, the new block's great, they're putting the new showers in, which I think will be fantastic. The track to drive is one of the best in the country. I'll argue with anybody about that. OK, the curbs might be a bit of an issue now with these carts, they're a lot softer than they used to be, I believe. So yeah, there is issues, but I think this place has done a fantastic job, I really do.
And talking of circuits, I want to talk about one of my favourite circuits that we always used to love to go to, Wombwell. And we're talking about kart clubs suffering with numbers, etc., particularly at the club level. I know you've been heavily involved at Wombwell for a lot of years. Just tell us what the current situation is there for the club.
To be honest with you, it's not good. It's not good, and I think like a lot of, shall I say, small club-run circuits, we're struggling. You've only got to look, let's just take fullback as an example. This place, for the last 3 or 4 years, has been dead. They brought in the non-MSA, or IKR, I think it's called now, and it's blossomed. 100 odd entries for a non-MSA meeting. Houghton Park the same. Wombwell, we're getting 30 to 40 entries. Next year, we will not be able to run MSA. In my view, that's my view, by the way. I don't know why. Obviously, there's a cost involved there, but as a club, we're struggling, really, really struggling. And another reason for that is a lot of people that are doing MSA racing now, they're not doing like we used to, or your lad used to do it. A lot of other people would go and do the club stuff, for grassroots stuff, and then build up to PF and Super 1s and what have you. Now people are going straight to PF. Some spend a lot of money and carry on. Some look at it and think, not for me. So I think it's hurting karting. What the answer is, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, we certainly seem to have lost a lot of those middle sort of income earners who have just moved away from the sport. I was talking to Reggie Dewey earlier, and as a privateer, he loves racing against the teams. And people that say, well, we can't beat the team, you're never going to do anything against the teams. But, you know, Reggie's an example of somebody as a kid. He just loves racing against the teams, and, you know, he's doing pretty well in X30. Another driver, of course, we lost this week. Talk a little bit about Joe Dowell. It's an incredible, it's such a sad story to lose somebody at 16 for an asthma attack, and they're just unable to recover him. I know you got some fond memories of Joe. Just talk a little bit about him.
I mean, Joe joined me in 2014. Just dad and lad, didn't have a clue what to do. Wanted to get into karting, so we helped him along. We joined the team, and you know, they just enjoyed karting, but very, very low budget. It was basically, I'm not kidding you, karting back of the car. The dad weren't the greatest mechanic, he'll not mind me saying that, so the cart come as a flat pack, I think it was an MFI cart. And so it took us probably half a day to build the cart back up for him. And he just enjoyed it, he got a lot of friends, he made so many friends. And just enjoyed it, just did a bit of NKF, but mainly just Wombwell. Just enjoyed Wombwell. He was into his football as well. He loved his football, watched Baines and played a bit of football. And then, yeah, just got a phone call Friday. This healthy, fit lad that we thought we'd got as a friend had an asthma attack and his lungs collapsed. So, just heartbreaking, really. Absolutely heartbreaking. But what we'll do is, you know, we spoke to the family and And this is a time when the karting fraternity does come together. So the family, they've not got a lot of money. I'm not just saying that. They're really, really tight budget. Mother just lost a job recently. So we're going to have a week round. We're going to get together. We're going to do some fundraising. There'll be a lot of stuff on Facebook next week. And we'll raise some money and we're going to help them. So, yeah, we'll do our best. That's all we can do.
Okay, that's great. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.